She'll do it for you. Or Mike, you have to just really talk into it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. You can just fill those out, turn them back in. And this is Miss Jamie McGee, and I'll let her tell all about herself.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. As she said, my name is Jamie McGee, and I serve as your Veteran Service Officer here for Scotland County. I've been in the county for about 2 years. A lot of you, I know you're more familiar with Mr. McNay. He was my supervisor, and he was in my office. I was his assistant for a while, and then Mike got promoted, so he's still working in Veteran Services, but now he's just at a higher level in the state region, still assisting veterans. So I applied for his position, and now I'm acting in the role as the Director of Veteran Services. Just a little bit about me. I am a Navy veteran myself. I served 10 years in the United States Navy, proudly served. Is any other sailors in here? Oh yeah. So, and then my brothers for the Marines. But I am a proud Navy veteran. I served in 10 years in the engineering department. I was a nuclear machinist mate. So I worked in engineering. I worked in the nuclear reactor department. So I don't know how that translates to other branches. I always have trouble explaining that because I know that a lot of branches have the same job. It's just described differently. But I was not a submariner. They tried to get me on that sub, but I could not. I was on a carrier.
Which carrier?
I was on 2 different carriers, actually. I was on the Theodore Roosevelt, and I was on the G-Dub, the George Washington. You commissioned the Nimitz? Wow. So I was set to go, before I got out, I was set to go to the Ford, but because with my type of clearance, I could only be on carriers. So I was always on aircraft carriers, so. But yeah, proud Navy sailor, so I'm a little biased when it comes to branches. I'm just kidding. I'm not biased. I'm here to serve everybody. But just a little bit about the services that I offer. And first, thank you guys for your service and for the things that you did for our country. And thank you for allowing me to be here to speak to you all today. I had to make myself some notes because I will ramble. My role as a Veteran Service Officer is to stand beside you and help you access to benefits, programs, and support that you've earned for your service. Whether it be VA health care, disability compensation, pensions, survivor benefits for spouses, or state and county programs, I'm here to make sure you don't have to navigate it all alone. I know that sometimes the paperwork, the deadlines, and the requirements from the VA can feel really overwhelming, and my job is to help cut through the red tape so you and your families can get the support that you deserve and the support that you worked hard for. Today, I'd like to share a little bit about the other services available, answer your questions, and most importantly, listen to your needs and concerns in terms of the VA. My goal is for every veteran I meet and every veteran's spouse and family member to feel seen, heard, and supported, because you've already given so much, and now it's our turn to serve you. So again, thank you for your service and your sacrifice, and I look forward to our time here today. Does anybody have any questions?
ID cards, talk about
ID cards, okay. So there's 2 different types of ID cards. There's one is just a standard issued ID card. It just says I'm a veteran and this is my rating, or I'm a retired veteran. That's one that people use primarily for base access, and that's about the gist of it, just a veteran status card. Another form of VA identification is it's called the VHIT card. It's like, it's the veteran's identification card for medical purposes. It's your medical ID card that you get at the Rayford Road VA location. And you go there, that's when you enroll in the VA healthcare system. So is anybody a card holder? I think that's it. Everybody's look a little different. So this one right here is the perfect example. This one that this young man is holding up, this is our standard issue veteran ID card. This one can get you base access, and it gets you into the commissary and other things. That one's just like that. This one here, let me see.
And also the wife has that.
Yes, yeah, the spouse would have one too, and it's for the same purpose.
But mine is tan.
Yeah, there's different colors. It depends on when you got it, like what year you got it. It depends on what kind of paper they were using that day. It's just it's different factors, but you all get the same benefits. It gets you into the base. It gets you the base access to the commissary.
So we need new ones?
If you need new ones, yes. Some people like kids. I think it's indefinite, so I don't think you have to renew. It doesn't have an expiration date.
Mine doesn't need.
Yeah, so you wouldn't have to Yeah.
When I went in, like 3 years ago, I got an indefinite.
Mhm.
Mine was just my kids.
Mhm.
And they redid his because they said everybody's gonna have to get a new one eventually.
Is it because was that during the period of the name change, or was it just?
I have no clue. but
I know a lot of people got called in and got their IDs changed because some of theirs had the Fort Bragg designation. If y'all know, we went through that back and forth with Fort Bragg and Fort Liberty. So some people had to get it changed and then they got it changed back. But if you have an indefinite ID card, it's indefinite. And then unless you plan on frequenting the base a lot, you're not really required to go and get it to get it changed. But
That's not what we were told.
by
The memo.
That says indefinite.
Yeah, so that one is indefinite. If it hasn't, so the good rule of thumb is that if it has an expiration date, it expires. You have to get it renewed. If the VA sends you something like somebody mentioned a memo, if they send you a memo for any reason and they say that, hey, you need to come and get a new card,
look at hers right there. It's just Donna.
Read that, that's what we were given.
by,
Donna,
Not me.
Donna, let me see that one. Turn it around so I can see. Yeah, yours is like I had. They told me, see, mine is like looks identical to his now. And it says indefinite.
Everyone got
Well, that's the thing she's looking at in her hand.
Ms. McGee, that's the legacy one that they are doing away with, right?
yeah, they are making some changes with it. That's why I said if the VA gave you instructions to change it, then it's time to get it changed and updated. But everybody doesn't have to. Some people they don't have this. Everybody has different card. Well, not everybody. Like you have one. You said like yours is one color and then yours is another color. Like I said, it depends on when and where you got your card and what the VA is telling you to do. Yes, sir.
Is there not a difference between those who are retired military and just those who have served? Like, you're not retired military, are you?
I'm not retired, no, sir.
You served.
I
You're a
did.
veteran.
Yes, sir.
So,
And I have an indefinite ID card.
and what does that get you?
The same thing. That's why I said the purpose of this card is it's just I'm coming to see your card. The purpose of the cards that most of you just held up, the indefinite and the retiree cards, they serve the same purpose. It's just something to show your veteran status. Like, hey, I'm a veteran or I'm a veteran dependent, and I have access to this base. And you can get on the base. You can go to the commissary. And it gets you access to certain discounts, like at Lowe's. A lot of people like to use it there. So this is just a statement of service card. That's not an identification card, but that one does prove your veteran status. Yes, sir. And that's the medical card. Can I see? Okay. So this card here that this gentleman, I'm coming to you. I'm sorry. This card here that this gentleman has, this is the VA medical identification card. This is the one. I'll bring it right back. This one is the VA medical card. This one is different because this is whenever you get enrolled in the VA medical. A lot of the retirees won't, they don't have to get this one because their coverage is different. Retirees have TRICARE. VA dependents and VA standard veterans that just get out of the military, like he said, like myself, that didn't retire, they have VA health care. So it's two different health care options. If you have TRICARE, you won't need this. But if you don't have TRICARE, then you fill out a form, or I would help you fill out a form called a 1010EZ. That's where you enroll in the VA healthcare network, and that's where you use this form whenever you have to go to ER visits or your doctor visits to show that, hey, this is my medical. It's like a insurance card. But you can also use this card. It serves multiple purposes. You can also use this card to show that you are a veteran. because I was in a situation, I didn't have my my base card, and I had my medical card, and it was my name and everything matched up, so they were able to verify that I was a veteran and I did serve. So,
All right,
yes, sir.
ma'am, okay. Many of us in here are retired, either 20 or 30 years. My wife and I have the old ID cards that have indefinite on it that allow us for medical care and everything else. Now, I've been told that we have to have a new card by the first of the year. That the new cards they're quite different. They're kind of like holograms and things like that. Is that what people understand?
That's what that memo says.
That's it.
If you read the second paragraph of the memo that I gave you.
So I'm a
Can I see
full
your card?
full transparency. This is my first time seeing this document. Okay,
Okay,
so I'm just reading.
Can I explain?
Yeah.
I can explain the document, okay, because I didn't know what I was doing. So don't put everything in that document to heart. Mr. O'Neill, which is going to be here a little after 3, said that the veterans were needing to have ID changed by the first of the year. So, and he's going to take a bus, veterans, October 16th to Fort Bragg, if you want to take it, go, because it was hard to do. I just put in what Alan told me. I didn't know some cards didn't have to be changed, some had to be changed. I was just going on by what he said, okay? So please don't hold this against Miss Jamie. She has nothing to do with that little document. So Alan said, well, no, because this is what I was told, and that we needed to talk to Jamie and see if Jamie could come and Mr. Neal come and explain everything. That's why this meeting was just got together. But Ken came up to me and he said, "Ma, I don't think all of them have to be changed." And I said, well, maybe I misunderstood it wrong, or maybe Alan misunderstood it wrong. Okay, so it would be, it went from Mr. O'Neill to Alan to me, so we probably got lost somewhere in the shuffle going from one person to the other. I wrote this up by what they were telling me, okay? So it may not be all completely true. I just heard that, the IDs needed to be changed. Huh? Okay, don't shoot me, don't throw rocks at me yet. So that's what I'm saying. I did this, and it may not all be true.
Well, let's go to the expert.
That's what we said,
You
so,
have to get new ID card.
By January 1st.
I have not heard that. And I like just now there was something going on about the driver's license. Like the regular driver's license and North Carolina IDs, they were switching to the real IDs, and they were saying that a lot of people would have issues getting their real IDs, and it will be easier for them, which is true. It will be easier for them to use their VA card, their veteran ID, and that's true. So I remember me and Mr. O'Neill talked about that. But as far as everything else, like I'll be more than happy to get that information for you and get it to you. But that was Mr. O'Neill was going to be talking about the ID changes and stuff. But as far as I know, like for myself, I have not received any instruction. I am a veteran. I have not received any instruction by anyone that I would have to get a new ID. But that's something I'm definitely going to have to look into, because if I am required to, I need to get one myself. But he's planning a trip. I don't want to say it as a trip, but he's planning to take those of you who do need IDs, whether you've never had one before or whether you need a new one, if you've lost one, you need to renew it, whatever the case may be. We were planning on taking the veterans on the post and giving you the opportunity, where we actually already scheduled the appointment to get you IDs to those of you who need it. But if you don't need it, then, of course, you're not required to go. But we were going to go there, get lunch, and then go to the commissary or the exchange.
So are you saying there's no need to update anything if it's good?
Give me, you know what? I know just the person to call. I'm going to call my state secretary, your former VSO, Mr. Michael McNay. I'm gonna call him and we can find out. Give me just 1 second.
I'm sorry. I apologize if I misled anybody. I really do. I am not very, I don't know anything about it, okay?
Wanna cry?
Oh, cry. Am I crying? I feel lovely.
Please don't cry.
But when Dennis and when I had to get my I got an indefinite ID that looked just like the one. We always were differentiated, but now there is pretty much no differentiation between his IDs and my IDs.
But while we were there, she said, you should probably have yours updated with the new card. I don't know if the new card has a chip in it or
It does.
other, yeah.
It
And
does.
that's different.
Everyone needs to get this card, like, sometime in 2020.
That
Yeah,
card,
I have one like
card.
that. Yeah.
I have,
Show that to Ed. If you, Ed, Mr. Ed. Crum, if your card doesn't look like that and you're, then you need a new one. Look at the back. Does your card look like that? Well, then you need a new
That's the
one.
one you're gonna need by 2020.
When,
So next year,
yeah.
next year, you'll have to get it, next time. And it's been out for a while, I've had this since 2020.
That's all paper, it's not, I mean, that's all plastic, it's not paper based.
Required next year.
Well, next year is for
Yeah. Yeah, that's the VA, your VA card.
I'm trying to look up the instruction for it. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fake, and it's just,
So, for everyone else who, aside from IDs, because I know right now, while I'm waiting on an answer, I do just want to put it out there that if you guys ever need anything else regarding VA services, like if you ever have trouble with anything regarding the VA, whether it's disability claims, whether it's pension, whether it's you have questions about surviving benefits or anything, I can definitely ask questions about that while we're waiting on that answer and to see if Mr. O'Neill's going to get here in a few minutes. But is everybody pretty much squared away with their VA benefits, or does anybody have any VA issues or concerns right now aside from the ID? Yes, sir.
Where are you located?
I'm located at 517 Peden Street. I think they call it the Old Morgan Center, right beside the Register of Deeds and the tax office.
517, what?
Peden Street, that's P-E-D-E-N, and I think she's bringing you one of my cards that's got my address on it. I do. I have cards up here too if anybody needs it, and I also have, I brought some brochures with me if anybody wants one. So,
for porn.
so everybody is pretty much squared away with their benefits, and everybody has what they need in regards to care and medication and everything. Yes, sir.
It would help if you identified the different categories, whether you serve, whether you're a veteran, whether you're retired military, et cetera, and what differences in the cards that you would have and what that would bring you, what benefits that would bring you. These
So-
people, that just served, maybe 3 years, they don't understand what benefits, if any, they have.
Okay, so if you anybody who serves in the United States military and they got out with with something besides as long as it's not a dishonorable discharge or under honorable conditions or something, if you have an honorable discharge or at least an under honorable conditions, you are eligible to VA benefits. So whether you served 20 years and retired, whether you served 3 years and you just completed your observe and got out, you're still entitled to VA benefits. VA benefits and retiree benefits are separate benefits. So it doesn't matter. When it comes to me, I provide services to all veterans, whether you're retired or not. The number of years you served, it doesn't matter as long as your DD 214 states that you have an honorable discharge or at least under honorable conditions, then you're eligible to VA benefits.
One thing you need to know is that I believe you work for the state of North Carolina, do you not?
I'm accredited through the state of North Carolina through the Department of Veteran Affairs. Yes, sir.
Okay. Every county in North Carolina has a Veterans Affairs office for the veterans in that county, and this lady is from that office.
Yes.
She is working for the North Carolina Veterans Affairs Division, and with the Veterans Affairs Department in Washington.
Yes.
Because I had to deal with that problem in Onslow County.
Yeah, so pretty much I'd be your VA liaison to save you a trip all the way to Fayetteville or all the way to Washington, basically. If you have questions or anything in regards to the VA, like the Veteran Affairs or Veteran Affairs benefits, surviving benefits, then that's where I would come in and I would be able to help you, even if it's something with getting your prescriptions refilled for those of you who don't have TRICARE or those of you who are spouses that have CHAMP VA. If you ever have any issues getting your prescriptions refilled, I can even get your prescriptions refilled for you or at least get you set up with Meds by Mail. So, does anybody else have any questions?
If we are not registered with the VA, can you do that?
I can get you registered with the VA. That's another purpose of this form. What I could do with this form, I can get you in the system and see if you're not already receiving, get you started receiving some VA disability benefits, see what you qualify for. Because a lot of people don't know that, especially depends on what period of service you served in, whether you're a Korean War veteran, a Vietnam War veteran, or Gulf War. Depending on where you serve, then you could be entitled to certain benefits just due to your exposures or potential exposures that you have. Like a common one we get are the Vietnam veteran. A lot of them had toxic exposure to herbicides, or a lot of people know it as Agent Orange. And Agent Orange causes a number of issues that they didn't know then, but now studies are showing that the conditions they have now have been linked all the way up to diabetes and hypertension. It's linked back to where they served during their time in the Vietnam War.
Post-qualification boots on the ground?
No, sir. I'll give you an example. Me being a sailor, where I went on deployment when I did my world tour, the waters that we traveled in, some of that water was contaminated, and some of the places we went through, just passing through, the VA does what they call a presumptive eligibility, because they presume that you could have, even if it's a possibility, if you're not sure, because you served in this area during a certain time period, the VA will presume you eligible or consider the fact that you could have possibly been exposed, especially if you have a condition that links back to exposure. Yes, sir. Is anybody in here, does anybody here, if you're comfortable sharing it, is anybody in here service-connected or to have service-connected disability benefits through the VA? Okay. Is anybody in here, if you ever need any assistance, getting increases to your benefits, like if you've been at the same percentage for a while, with the exception of 100%, but if you've been at the same service connectivity number, like if you're just spending 60% for the same stuff and you're like, hey, I don't want to touch it, you know, I'm good, but you've been there for a number of years, let's just say it's a knee or some type of musculoskeletal issue, and you've been service connected with that same knee at 10% for 10 years, the VA does consider the fact that it could have gotten worse over time, and you can put in for an increase to have that reevaluated to get that rating increase. And that's just one of the examples when it comes to getting that service-connected rating up. That's one of the main services I offer in my office, among other things. Does anybody have, yes, sir?
Well, I currently have 40%, but I currently have 40% VA, but I'm in need of a hip replacement, I've been told.
Yes, sir.
I did a lot of running in the Army, and the other hip looks pretty good, but this right one,
Do they have you a surgery date scheduled?
no, I haven't done that.
Okay,
I've
once
just
they-
been to the orthopedic people here.
Once they get your surgery date scheduled, if you bring me that letter, I can put you in for a temporary 100% disabled rating so they can pay you for the time that you're going to be down. They'll compensate you for the time that you're going to have to be down because of that service-connected condition. So that's something that you might
Well,
want to look into.
I'll be in touch
TRICARE
with,
for life, right, John?
yeah, I'm TRICARE for life.
He's still entitled to benefits.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, but, so, if one of us, like, have hip surgery or replacement
Yes, sir.
for a certain period of time, we would get an increased benefit?
Yes. So what I'm saying is, let's just say we'll use. Is it John?
yes, it is.
So let's just say Mr. John has a service-connected rating for his hip. Okay, his hip, right now, he's only service-connected at 10% for that hip, but because of the hip, he now has to have a surgery. The VA does, they will, you can put in for an increase in that rating, and because of that service-connected condition, because you're gonna have, let's just say, 6 to 8 weeks downtime, you can put in, or I can put in a request to get your rating increased to 100% temporarily.
Let me make a correction.
Okay.
I'm 40%, but it's got nothing to do with my hip. It's from prostate cancer, Agent Orange.
Yes, sir.
Vietnam service.
But as you mentioned, you also ran a lot in the military,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So that's another thing they call that can fall under the presumptive eligibility. So we can put that claim in for that hip and still put you in for a temporary 100% disabled rating.
When are you gonna be in the office?
I'm in the office Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Yeah, except today I'm hanging out with y'all, with the cool people.
I ran into a nurse that I knew at Walter Reed, and she had developed diabetes, and she had lost one leg. And I said, "Do you get your care at the VA?" And she said, "Oh, I didn't retire, so I don't have any benefits." And
That's
I
a
said,
I'm
"Get
sorry.
there." This was
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
Texas.
That's a big common misconception when it comes to VA benefits. A lot of people think that because they didn't retire, they're not entitled to the VA benefits. VA and DOD are two separate entities. They work together, but they're separate departments. So Department of Veteran Affairs that's for all who served. DOD, they cater more to our retirees who retired, but retirees are entitled to get benefits from both sides. Let's just say that you're a retiree and you served in combat, you'll be entitled to get your service-connected benefits, and you'll be able to get concurrent pay with your disability pay too. A lot of people don't know that, but if you're over a certain percentage, you can get both pays. And then that's something that a lot of people don't know of, and that's where I come in and I help put the paperwork in for you.
Well, she got 100% when she finally went.
Thanks to you.
And, yeah, and
Yeah.
she sent this lovely letter thanking me and
Yeah.
thanking me
Yeah.
for making her go.
You changed your life.
Yeah.
Maybe some things on TV or something saying, if you ever served, you're entitled to VA benefits. You know?
And
Because they
had,
don't know it. They
Yeah.
haven't been connected to the military.
I think it's because it's so many loopholes when it comes to the VA, because as I mentioned, discharge ratings, like what, a lot of people come in like, hey, I have I served and I want my benefits, but they have a dishonorable discharge. So there's a process to it, right? So that's something else that I do. Anybody who doesn't have an honorable discharge, I help get discharge upgrades, where we request them at least. So that way they can get that discharge upgraded and then get you put in for some benefits. So it's just so many like factors when it comes into applying for VA benefits. I guess putting out a blanket statement like, hey, come apply, it would help, because a lot of people, they don't even know my office exists. And I was one of those people. Yeah. Yep, I get a lot of people. Somebody found my number from Arizona, and they called me because just searching online, and I think somebody made a post that I served with, and I helped them before they PCS'd, and then they were calling me from Arizona like, I can do this, and I wasn't able to help them because they're in Arizona, but I found them an office in their respective county, and they were able to get their benefits started as well. Yes, sir.
I went down to see the gentleman that she replaced some years ago, and it was worth going down because I did get more of a disability percentage. But also, he goes into the system and looks you up. Well, the record that they brought up showed that I had a break in service. I never had a break in service. So I had to get my DD 214 and take it down there, and they resubmit. So there again, you don't know what's on file, and if what's on file is correct.
That's another reason why it's good to at least check into it, because you want credit for what you did. Everybody who served here, whether you served 3 years or 30 years, you served, like you took time away from your family and the people that you love, you put your life at risk, and you're entitled to those benefits. So it's worth at least looking into, even if it's just getting your record corrected, because it's a sensitive subject. Nobody likes to talk about it, but when it comes time for us to leave and we're leaving a legacy behind, there's family members that's going to be coming behind you, and they're going to be maybe getting your VA headstone, and you want to make sure that those dates are right. You're entitled to it, to at least get that right on paper. Like, hey, I served this time. And a lot of people, that means a lot to people. I get a lot of veterans, they don't even want the benefits. They're like, hey, I just want it right in black and white that my time is here. And like you said, I don't have any breaks in service. And that's something I can help with as well, is getting those records corrected. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
I wanted to mention a valuable piece of information I was given by a retired Marine Corps Sergeant Major, which was that take your DD 214 form down to the Register of Deeds and get it registered. You may have heard that same information, but if some of you have not, get it registered. So if, for instance, this place should burn down, which God forbid, you would have that record, they would have that record, and it would be as valuable, it would be worthwhile to get it, because that's approved. The Register of Deeds will say this is an official copy of that document.
And where's that located?
The Register of Deeds is right beside my office. It's on Covington Street. And that is true. And then another thing, it goes back to, like I said, it's a touchy subject, but it goes back to whenever you pass away and your family members are behind, to plan your legacy, to plan like your burial and stuff. That's one of the main documents that they need, is a DD 214. And I have so many people, it slows down the process of planning. And it would make the process so much easier if they were able to just go and pick it up. If they can't find it, if a lot of veterans are organized anyway, so they know where it's at. Their family knows where to go and get it. But unfortunately, everybody's not that way. And the family, they're emotional. They don't have time to go and search for it. But if they come to me, that's something I'm able to do too, is to go right across the street to the DD 214. If it's registered, like he pointed out, if you have it registered there, I'd be able to go and pull that record and get it to your family members so they can go ahead and finish the planning process.
And it's free.
Yes, it's free. It's free to register it. And in the family, I can get that record for free if it's there. Otherwise, I'd have to put in a FOIA request, and it takes a couple weeks.
May I ask a question? If you have it registered with the Register of Deeds in another state and county, would you be able to get that or no?
I'd have to do a FOIA request. Sometimes. And honestly, it depends on the county. Some counties I've contacted, they had no issue, getting that document to me once they verify my credentials. But then there's some that's just, I don't know. They're just like, well, no, I don't have to. So they won't, like, just to be honest with you. But, so I have to put in a request and put the legwork to get it. Does anybody else have any questions? Are there any surviving spouses in here? Or how many spouses do we have in here? Are you guys all, well, I know yours would be different. I know you have benefits through TRICARE, right? Does anybody have CHAMP VA? You have TRICARE too, so y'all all are spouses of retirees. Okay. So does anybody else have any questions? Yes, sir?
On this bus trip next week, you booked time at the ID office for those going?
Yes, sir.
ID cards that day?
Yes, sir. Yep.
It'd be like getting your driver's license the same day.
Yep, same day. Yes, ma'am. We'll go there. It's October 16th at 11. That's our appointment block, and they blocked it off for whoever's coming. They just gave us that time to come in. As long as you have all your proper documents, you're going to get your ID that day.
All right, so that's just the whole ID, that's your proper document, and those are your old.
Your old ID will work, but I would also bring in, because it's the VA. So I would bring in, yeah.
No, this is retired military.
I just brought mine in.
All you need is the ID card.
Mhm.
That you currently have.
Yeah, I just go by the rule of practice. It's better to have it, not need it, than need it and not have it. Like, so I just would say bring it. But if you do have your old ID, then of course, bring in your old ID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to turn it in.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That does not affect those of us who are using the VA exclusively. I'm not retired. I just served 2 years and got out. But I have a VA form, a VA card. I don't have to have that one.
No. You talking about the medical ID?
Yeah, the medical.
No, that one. That's a separate thing. This is the
Sure, I didn't have to have.
Yeah. This goes back to the DoD side. Yeah.
Jamie, again, for Fort Bragg, are these for military retirees or is it for VA also?
It's for both.
VA doesn't issue ID cards?
They have the medical ID cards. So whenever you go, you'll get a ID that says that you have your service connected rating, or you'll get the VA ID that says that you're a retiree. So if you go in there, you're 100%, and yours is going to say you're service connected indefinite, especially if you're permanent and total. But if you're a retiree, it would say retired.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
There's one.
Just a question. You said current ID, current ID, but for surviving spouse, you're going to need anything else for them?
Yeah, I would bring your birth certificate and your
Marriage license?
Yeah, I would
and
bring.
this DD-214?
Yes, I would bring it all. But if you have an ID already, bring the ID in with you too. Because like they said, you'll have to turn that old ID in. Did you have a question for me?
I don't think my dad has any VA benefits yet, so we can start with the ID.
No, you don't have to have an ID to get the benefits. The ID is really just, like I said, for VA, for base access and for commissary access, and just to prove your veteran status. Yeah, but you don't have to have the ID to get the benefits. If he needs benefits, he can just come to the office and I can take it from there. Yes, and because she's the spouse, right? Because you're the spouse, I would give you this intake form. You'll fill out the veteran's information, and then the spouse will put her information at the bottom, and I can go ahead and get him enrolled. She'd be able to vouch for him. Or depending on where he is, I wouldn't even mind going to him to make it easier. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't mind coming back out. Yes, sir.
All right, I'd like a clarification. Retirees, address retirees, not VA. Retiree military cards that we get that entitle us to medical care and everything else. I'm not talking about VA now.
Okay,
That's the card, I want to get the new card.
okay.
And I know you have to go to Fort Bragg to where they're done.
Mm-hmm. So, and that's where we're going on the 16th.
And that's what we're taking care of.
Yes, sir.
And
We'll be able to do both. It's like a one-stop shop. But I know you're just talking about retirees.
that's right.
But just bring your.
Let's keep it there.
Yeah, okay.
And we just need to bring our current ID card
Yes, sir.
to get a new one.
Yes, sir.
All right.
That's not correct. No.
What is needed?
You need at least 2 forms of identification.
Yeah.
Or your driver's license.
Yeah, oh, I had already mentioned the drive, but okay, yeah, bring your driver's license.
Yeah,
Bring your driver's
I've got
license
the ID
and the
driver's
ID.
license.
I was just saying just the ID because you don't have to have your DD 214. I was saying if you already have the ID, you won't have to have it. I said DD 214 earlier, and I was just clarifying that it's either or, the DD 214 or the ID.
And tell your wife to keep you straight. There you go. Confused design. No, we're good, I think.
Okay.
I bring my whole record.
If that would make you feel comfortable, absolutely. Does anybody else have any questions? I'm going to try to make contact with Mr. O'Neill. So I just got word from the state office. Now, this is my regional director. He's saying that there is that when it expires, yes. And once it expires, you will be updating and getting a new card. But if your card has not expired, you do not have to go and get the new ID card. So it's not, and this came from the state office. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know where, you know, like I said, my first time hearing it was here, but I just contacted our regional director, and he said once it expires, yes, but you are not, there's no mandate that says you have to turn in the old one prior to it expiring to go get a new one. So if you have the old one and it is not expired, if you have the old one and it has not expired, it's still good. Yes, because it's indefinite. And here is my relief.
Came in on 2 wheels.
Thank you.
How is everyone today?
Blister with me.
Oh, okay, aren't they? Okay, sorry, I've just come out of a series of meetings and I got to be at another meeting at 4 o'clock, so. Okay, I'll try that. So I'm Ed O'Neill. I'm a county commissioner here in Scotland County. I'm also a retired Air Force officer. And one of the efforts that I'm working on is, like some of you, I got an email saying that I'm required to get a new ID card.
Correct.
Right? So I'm like, okay, let's see what's involved here. And it appears to be harder than Chinese arithmetic to get a new ID card. And I know this is what the new card looks like. And a lot of us had the old card. But this one is required by the end of this year. I believe they're really shooting for to get everybody a new card. So,
That's not what you just said.
This is for retirees.
Yeah.
Just told
Yeah.
Military retirees only.
no, there's 2 different ones. And let me kind of explain this because there are 2 different cards. One is for military retirees. That's pretty easy. The other one is if you are 100% disabled, you get a card that looks identical to this, except at the top where it says retired, it says 100% disabled. Okay? That card you would get as the member, but also your spouse would get a new ID card. If you're a military retiree with the old ID card, your spouse will also get a new ID card. Okay? Now, this is different than the VA card. Okay? So if you are less than 100% service connected, you will get a VA card that is issued by the VA at their centers at Rayford Road or at Ramsey Street. That's not the one that this particular effort is around. It's around the one that you have to go to Fort Bragg for. So what I'm doing is working with our veteran service officer. We're going to put together a trip where we take a SCATS bus on October the 16th. At 9 a.m., we're going to meet at the American Legion. And you'll have to sign up for this because I've got to figure out what the access requirements are for Fort Bragg. If you're like me, my military ID was a year expired, so I couldn't use that to get on Fort Bragg. So I ended up having to bring a passport and and other identification and applied to get onto Fort Bragg. So what we want to do is we want to simplify that process by putting everybody on a letter, putting us in a bus, going up to the ID card section, getting our IDs made right then and there, no fuss, no mess. They'll be waiting on us. We get our IDs made, we go over to the post exchange, give you about an hour to stretch your legs. We get back on the bus and return to the American Legion. That's kind of what we're suggesting, so.
You were a retired military,
I am.
and you had an expired ID?
Yes, because I tried to get on Fort Belvoir after going to the White House for a ceremony, and I was about to run out of gas on the way home, and I go to Fort Belvoir. The Marine gate guard says, "Your ID, sir?" I hand him my ID, and he goes, "It's expired." Looked at it.
There was a date on there that said expired.
Expired. It had an expired date. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's supposed to be indefinite, but there's still a date on there. As a matter of fact, who has one? Because this is the old style. Do you guys remember?
Yes.
This is the one we had forever, right?
Okay, does that say expired on there?
So this one says date of issuance. Yeah, see, mine says indefinite too, but the guy, effective date, expiration date, indefinite. You're right, it doesn't have a date on there. But apparently apparently this gate guard told me that, I'm not making it up. Apparently he knew that you were required, initially they gave a date that was much earlier for getting a new ID card. And they extended that once they realized they couldn't get all the beneficiaries to come in quickly enough. I mean, imagine if you live in a state like Montana. You got one military base there, so you can't really, it's not as easily accessible. So they decided to extend the time frame, but you would need to get a new ID card.
Even though it's not expired.
That's right. Because they're going to this style ID card. See, this ID card apparently is going to be able to do more things.
Is it chipped?
Yes.
It's not chipped, but it does have, it has all that extra stuff on it. Who here is 100% disabled but not a retired military? Okay, so you would get one of these ID cards and it would just say 100% disabled. Right?
Oh. But she's not retired.
That's right.
She's a veteran.
So where mine says retired, hers would say 100% disabled. Okay?
But Jesus would have a veteran's card.
She would, okay, so retired, it'll say retired here, or 100% service connected. If you're anything less than 100%, you won't get this card. Okay, so let's see what yours is. Okay, so this is retired, right? So you're a retired military member. Now, if you happen to be 100% service connected disabled, they're not going to give you another card. This is good enough. And you probably have a VA card as well.
So we don't have to get a new card.
You don't have to get a new card. You already have the new card.
If yours looks like that, what about one
similar to that?
Well, I got the same time.
Okay, then you're probably good to go. You're probably good to go. On this trip on October the 16th, spouses are welcome as well, right? So a lot of times the spouse needs a new ID card. So they'll do it right there. Now, if you're a new spouse, and I know that sounds funny, some of you might have been married 48 years, but I talked to a veteran last night who has been married less than 3 years and has never enrolled his wife in years, and he's 80 years old. So he's going to have to probably bring a marriage license and several things to enroll her in years and get the ID card. Okay? I'm happy to look at your ID card, show you this one, and help you kind of make the decision. The reason we're putting this trip on is we understand the difficulty of access to Fort Bragg. You know, they have an online sign-up system to get access. You know, we don't want to put you through that if we can avoid it. And as long as we have our bus, we'll probably do this 2 or 3 times a year as long as there's a demand for it. It's something that our county wants to do. It's something that helps our veteran service officer as she serves veterans. So please join us. Be no charge to you. Straight there. Go grab lunch at the exchange. You will need a new car. Yeah, you can show them mine. See the difference. Okay, yes ma'am.
Now, if you lost your card,
Uh-huh.
then you have to go get a new one.
Uh-huh.
Passport, driver's license.
Yeah, I would bring multiple forms of identification. Yes, absolutely.
I get
Now-
that, you know.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Access to post.
Yeah. But now there is an online process, so I don't want anyone to think that the only way you can do this is in person. But I think it's safe to say that sometimes navigating the online processes can be a little daunting if you don't have the computer savvy or a scanner or this or that to help you.
Go get it done.
I'll tell you, ride with us. It's going to be a good time. You're going to be with other veterans. We're going to go to Fort Bragg. They're going to, give us the red carpet treatment. We'll walk in there, and if there's 20 of us, they'll take care of us right then and there. We'll go to the food court, grab a sandwich, or you can walk around the exchange. We'll get back on the bus, and we'll come back here.
Where is the
We were
sign-up
just
sheet?
there, they were super.
Okay, so the sign-up sheet. I would ask you to talk to Jamie and get your name on the sheet and let us know. Right now, and if you'll give us your name and phone number, because what we're gonna have to do is reach out to you, because we don't know what Fort Bragg's gonna require if we can use a letter for group access. So we may need like your full legal name, your date of birth, the last 4 of your social. I don't know yet what we'll need, but we will reach out to you and get that information from you. Because what I expect to see is we pull up to the front gate, show them our letter, go through the gate. That's what I want to work on. I don't want to work on all of us piling off the bus and individually do this, right? So this is the first time we're doing it, so if you'll give us just a little bit of grace. I heard there's a lot of retired pastors who live here at Scotia, so grace should be in pretty good supply here, right?
Not really.
Not really. So if you'll give us a little bit of grace, we'll get through this first one. But October the 16th, 9 a.m. at the American Legion. Please sign up with Jamie this lady here, Myra. And please come on this trip and
We don't need, if we have a current card, we don't have to go.
you don't have to go. You're a Scotia. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Yeah, right.
Hey, hey, hey. It's a rough crowd in here.
Everybody on the regime.
Please, I'd like you to come. I know a lot of you could jump in your car and you could go do it, but come do it with our group, and then tell your friends, because there are a lot of older retirees who, you know, don't want to make that drive, may not have transportation, may not feel comfortable, you know, and please, we'd love to help.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Copies of supporting documents if we need your spouse, copies sufficient, or you want the, they will want the original?
When they were talking about things like, certain documents, they wanted with a raised seal. So, I'll tell you what we need to do is with each person, let's talk about your circumstance. Because like, let's say you're a spouse and the sponsor is you're widowed, right? And you're getting your stuff updated. They may have special requirements. So if we know your situation, we can check into what those requirements will be and let you know.
Sir, some of us are not very familiar with Laurinburg. Where is the American Legion building located?
It's over on Atkinson Street.
Is it
So,
yeah.
you know where the Kentucky Fried Chicken
Yeah.
is?
Is it where the ball field is?
Yes, it is.
Okay, it's where the ball field is. It says American Legion ball field.
Yeah.
There's a great garden.
Yes, right next to it.
Flags are, that's what they're.
Yeah, that's where you go right there. And we'll have the SCATS bus available. And if we have enough demand, Alan has offered.
Oh, no, I just want to sign it.
as well. So, we have a lot of Vietnam era vets who are 100% disabled, who don't even realize they're eligible for this. There are a lot of people that can take advantage of getting connected to the Army system there. What else? Yes, ma'am.
I think we got the wrong meeting.
You
Neither
did?
one of us has ever been in the military.
Oh! Were you looking for the Pinochle Club? No.
We didn't know where.
It's okay. We're happy to have you here.
I have family members that have been, but not myself.
Okay, but I'll tell you what, this issue may affect them.
So, so if you only have, say, 3 years and strictly, you're not a retiree, you're a VA, can you write that right?
If you're 100%, yes.
What do you mean by?
If you're 100% disabled veteran,
Oh.
you want to go with us and get this ID card. But if you're 90% or 80% or something less and you're not military retired, there's no need to go. Because your VA card, which is what most people have, like, I am less than 100%, so I have a VA card. This is all I would have, but because I'm a military retiree, I have a retired military, okay? That's how it
Now,
works.
the VA card will get you into the commissary, not the base.
Yeah, there's certain things you're allowed with the VA card. Yeah, but the only person who can issue that is the VA, and that would be like at Rayford, right there on 401. They issue their own cards. You cannot get one at a CBOC, a community-based outreach.
Okay.
You can't get them there. Okay? Anything else? Yes, sir.
If Jamie was saying that the VA cards would be issued at Bragg.
No, not this card. They do.
I understand what you're saying, but she said that.
Oh, well, I'm not sure. I may have, so this card.
I understand.
Gotcha. Yeah, I hear you. But I'll tell you, I have a picture of the 100% disabled card. If there's anybody that, I took a picture of one last night from a friend, because I had never seen one. As you know, I only have the ID card, but if you, and this is what it looks like, you can just tell it says 100% disabled at the top. Right, that's the only difference. Everything else about the card is the same. Okay, well, I hope we didn't totally confuse you. I'm sorry, I just, like I said, I came in on 2 wheels, so.
We're gonna be notified as to where this bus will be and what time it's leaving.
No ice cream?
Okay, yeah, we're gonna be at the American Legion, October
We deserve
17th,
ice cream.
9 a.m.
How about a beer? How about a beer?
We'll probably pull away 9:15, 9:20. Okay, if you want me to look at your ID real quick or something, if I can help you, please get signed up. We'd love to have you. We'll get it done.
And there's no ice cream today.
Oh, just this. Okay. Okay, go.